Few of you want me to talk about this, so what the hell? I got a couple minutes. I got a comment from Mecha Zaus. Guess I'll respond to this one. Mecha Zaus says, "So, Metal Jesus Rocks just uploaded a video, best of pickups with Radical Reggie. I've noticed that since the pandemic started, MGR has been commenting constantly on Radical Reggie's videos in such a blatantly obvious admiration and super positive comments like, 'Hey buddy, you're the best,' or 'This video was the highlight of my day,' sort of stuff. Soft soaping him constantly. You know how many other MGR crew members he does that to? None. At least nowhere near the amount of praise or comments he gives Reggie. Go by John Rick's channel, Crickets. Since then, Reggie has released multiple pickup videos solo, and even with his own guest. That has to hurt good old King of the Basement Leaks. Something must have went down between the two of them. Most likely he did something to offend Reggie, and MGR, knowing the pickup videos with Reggie are his bread and butter, his new best of video has nearly 60,000 views in a short amount of time, he is doing everything in his power to keep the MGR/Radical Reggie dynamic duo team relevant, if not salvageable. But I think that ship has sailed. Now with Kenzie in Japan and Reggie MIA on his channel, I think Jason is going to have to start taking new applications for crew members." Well, so many people will probably say, this is proof. This is proof that there were no issues. There was no issues between them. It was just a pandemic. That's all it was. But I could easily refute that. You know why? Correct me if I'm wrong. The pandemic has been going on for a while, since last year. Well, there's a video on Radical Reggie's channel where he's, the guy he talked about in the video with the cheek bustings and big herc and stuff. I forget when that one was, but just 6-7 months ago, he was, I think, at his house, chilling on the couch, like a foot away from him. Neither one of them wearing masks. So let's just throw that shit out the window. Also, Metal Jesus had to sit down with Kenzie, and guess what? They were not wearing masks. So let's throw that shit out the window. The fact of the matter is the pandemic had fucking nothing to do, jack shit to do, with Radical Reggie not being on that channel. And it had everything to do with some stuff that happened back in June and July. I talked about it. There was a rift because there was I forget exactly, it was someone named Ryan that had a post, and they were talking about the GameStop man. This is 2 times that has come up now. And he said to at Metal Jesus, at Kenzie, I think Kenzie was the big issue. The big riff was Kenzie, I believe, which is kind of weird now that he's going to be coming back supposedly, and Kenzie is moving to Japan. Isn't that convenient? But it was a big rift because Radical Reggie calls it like he sees it. Those people were tweeting at the Metal Jesus Rocks crew. So what are you going to do about this obvious transphobe here? What are you going to do about this transphobe Radical Reggie? And then Reggie said, what did he say exactly? I don't have it in front of me. But he said, that was a man threatening a kid. That was a man in a wig threatening a kid. And he didn't lean off of that, which he should not have. That was a obvious, full-grown, strong man knocking over displays, threatening a fucking kid. All right? I mean, I stand with Reggie on that one. Most people stand with Reggie on that one. But there was a rift. And I think that's probably still going to be a sticking point, in the back of Radical Reggie's mind. That this motherfucker, took up with them and not me. But I think it might go beyond that. It might go deeper than that. There's probably things going on that we really don't know, to be honest. You can only determine so much from YouTube videos and Twitter and all this kind of stuff. You can only piece so many things together. But let's just right now agree. Everyone agree that it's a bullshit excuse that they haven't got together to do pickup videos for this long period of time because of the pandemic. I don't want to hear that shit. Okay, because if that was the case, like I said, not only would Metal Jesus not be meeting with anybody, he met with Kenzie in a video, but they would also be wearing masks in their videos together, which they were not. So that's not the case. Now, Radical Reggie did leave a comment replying to a lot of the praise overly. I noticed that. I noticed that in the comments. He was like, "Hey, Reggie, how have you been? Please come back. Please come back. People want to see me and you. They don't really care much about me. It's about the dynamic." So he's basically in a situation to where, you know, he's having to suck up to Radical Reggie to get him back on the channel because he realizes maybe now that Radical Reggie, most people actually care about Radical Reggie and prefer to see Radical Reggie versus, you know, Jason. Me, I mean, I don't really care that much about fucking either one of them. I mean, really? Like, this is the biggest game collecting crew on YouTube? Really? Like, these jokers? You know, they're really not that interesting. I'll just say that. All these people, they're really not that interesting. So I don't know. I don't understand how these people, like, are the rock stars of retro game collecting on YouTube. Like, really? These people? I just think that's really funny there. Oh, so much charisma. They got so much charisma when they talk about the games. But it's not about that, is it? It's just, I don't know. Mechazouse, can you tell it's 2021? I just have, like, MGR crew fatigue, you know? So, I guess a lot of you might find interest in this, but to be honest, I don't as much. I don't, you know? So, yeah. What I am interested in is the next comment of the week and catching up on that. So, that's what I'm going to do. How about that? Yep. This really wasn't that great, but I don't really give a fuck. You know, a lot of you will love it anyway, and, you know, because I talked about the MGR crew and Radical Reggie. Peace.